and I'm spamming X. There we go. By the way, guys, I know that the video started. I'm just waiting to get into a match because, you know, I do the gameplay commentary type stuff, like where it's like, you know, you play while you're like doing commentary and stuff, and so. And just get into the match, you know. Anyways, guys, so you know I made that video. Guys, really quickly before like we get into the match, I want to bet that I'm gonna get filled in with somebody who has a mic and is being toxic and like, you know, like while I'm trying to do the videos, like shut up, and keeps telling me to like shut up and stuff. Anyways, guys, so you know I made that video part 1, and I was telling you about the summer camp that I went to, and you know, like about the banana boat being stabbed out and stuff. So yeah, and that was pretty creepy. But just to mention that another thing was, I had a friend who I don't 100% remember her name, but you know what, for the video, let's just call her Lucy. How about that? Let's just call her Lucy. And so one of the kids in my cabin had a crush on Lucy. And so Lucy, being my friend, like, you know, went over to me and asked if, like, you know, because she had kind of found out that he had a crush on her, and, you know, she didn't want him, like, you know, crushing on her and stuff, and so she came over to me and asked me if, you know, I would, like, pretend to be her boyfriend, you know, that way to, like, try and get the kid off of her, like, back, you know, saying that, like, she had a boyfriend, you know, because then, like, the kid would be like, so if you have a boyfriend, that means we can't be together, and, you know, like, so, you know, try to get the kid off of her back, and so, she had, like, so she saw that the kid, like, was over there, like, crushing on her and stuff, and so and I was, like, there too, and so she had went over and was like, you know, and so, like, the kid was, like, I don't know, the kid was, like, kind of, like, really crushy kind of, you know, thing, like, where he's, like, stuttering and stuff and kind of, like, nervous and, you know, kind of, like, I don't know, but anyways, around his crush, and so she had went over and, like, she kind of looked at me, and, like, and she kind of, like, looked at me and signaled for me to come on, and so I was like, okay, well, I guess she's wanting to do it right now, so we went over, and she went over, and, like, I came over, and she's like, I have a boyfriend, you know, and then the kid was like, oh, really? And she was like, yeah, and then the kid was like, who? And then, honestly, that was pretty stupid. The kid was like, why else would I be over there? Like, so the kid was like, oh, who is it? And then she, like, pointed at me, and, like, she said, or not, like, pointed at me, but, you know, like, where you, like, kind of put your, like, fist up and, like, point your, you know, hand back. Or, I mean, not your hand back, your thumb back, and, like, kind of point backwards at somebody. And, like, she kind of pointed, like, right behind her at me. And he was like, it's him, and he was like, oh, really? And so, I don't know, the kid was being, like, really kind of, like, I don't know, maybe cringy, I guess is the word, but, you know, he was being, like, you know, oh, really? So, you want to fight? And he was, like, trying to, like, fight me and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to fight her all. I don't want to fight her, like, anything at all. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with fighting. Like, I never said I wanted to fight you. I never said, I never did anything to you. And the kid was, like, trying to, like, fight me and crap. And I'm like, I don't want to fight. Like, I never did anything to you. And he was, like, trying to say that I stole his girlfriend. And I'm like, I didn't want to say no, that I wasn't really, like, her boyfriend, because then, like, he would have been like, oh, so you're just trying to, like, trick me, you know, or no, like he was just kind of like since he was in my cabin, I didn't want to like say no that I'm not her boyfriend, because then he would have always called me a liar and stuff, and I didn't want to like build up a reputation as like a liar or anything. And so what ended up happening was like, you know, he tried to fight me over Lucy, and like as I mentioned before, Lucy was my friend, and I wasn't like, you know, dating her or anything, and I was just kind of like, you know, I wasn't dating Lucy. It was just kind of like pretending to be her boyfriend, to like help her out, you know, get the kid off of her back. And I didn't want to like fight the kid, so turns out what I had to do was like the kid like said, okay, come on, let's fight, and like, you know, he said like, I don't know, he was being really weird, like you know, like I don't know, it seemed like the kid first, whenever I met him, like whenever he came to camp, I'm like down in the same cabin and everything, seemed kind of normal. He was just kind of like one of those kids. It was like, kind of like shy, sort of. I don't know. His name was Tyler, and so he was being like kind of. It was like one of those kids who was kind of like shy. And he was trying to fight me. Like he wasn't being shy that time. He was like actually trying to fight me and crap. And so he was being like one of those, like, you know, this like the shows and stuff, like it's pretty much anime, and it's like someone to master my skills with, and it's like, you are good in combat and crap, and it's like being like, he said, okay, he's like, I challenge you to combat tomorrow at like, I don't really remember what time he said it, like, because it's like the day, I don't know, the day after was like Saturday, so, you know, we were just allowed to go around and like do whatever we want to do. We were allowed to get like play tennis, do whatever, you know. So I just roam around the camp freely, whatever. Like we were allowed to go swim, you know, in the lake, in the pool, whatever. And so he said like tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and so I kind of like, I didn't want to like be like, you know, no, I'm out, I'm not really like your boyfriend or anything, because like I was trying to help her out, and literally like, so I was just like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. I was just like, okay, fine, whatever, okay. And like I was just, I'm like, oh, okay, I don't really care. And like, so the kid tried, like he said, I don't remember where he said. I think he said like there's like this kind of plain, like not like plain, you know, like normal like plain, like, you know, there was like this like kind of grassy area with like pretty much nothing there, like, and there was like some woods that led back. You had to go through like these little trees and stuff that was like led back to the like canoeing class kind of thing. And so the kid was like sitting there. He said that area. So I went there and I was like, okay, fine. You know what? He wants me to help her get him off her back. And so I was just like, okay, whatever. So you know, I didn't want to be like, you know what? No, I'm not fighting you. Like I was trying to help her. So I went there to help her out. I went there to like go, you know, like start like trying to. I went there to like go. I went there where the kid said the fight was gonna be, and I was like, and I was going to go there. I wasn't really planning on fighting him or anything. I was kind of like planning on being like, you know what, dude, I don't want to fight you. Like, but I wasn't gonna say that I like wasn't her boyfriend, because I was trying to help her out, obviously, as I've said. But you know, and so the kid was like trying to fight me and crap, and I was just like I went over there and I didn't like immediately go like start like, you know, getting ready to fight him. I came over there and he had like his hands like kind of crossed and stuff, like trying to act tough, and like people were like coming around and stuff to like watch me fight him, and I was like, dude, I don't want to fight you. Like, I really don't want to fight you. And then he wasn't being like, oh, so you just don't want to fight me? And he was like and he wasn't like trying to be nice or anything. He was like, oh yeah, because you know you'll lose. And I was like, no, I just don't want to fight you. Like, I don't want to get in, I don't want to like, you know, like be aggressive. I don't want to like try to be, I don't want to be aggressive or anything. I kind of want to, you know, like not fight you, you know, like, not like do that kind of crap, like where you just have to sit there and fight people, and it's like, can you like leave me alone? Like, I don't want to fight you. And it's like, you know, he never, like, so he kind of like put his hands in like a combat kind of form, like, you know, getting ready to like punch us up, like in a combat form from like an anime or something. I don't know. He's being weird, and so he kind of like punched at me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I didn't want to like punch him or anything, because like, I mean, you know, we were in the same cabin. Like, I didn't want to like punch him or anything, because, I don't know, like, he was a kid. I didn't want to like punch him. So, you know, but he was sitting there, you know, like, trying to fight me. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I actually ended up, you know, like, he punched at me, like, I kind of moved to the side and dodged, and I was like, okay, whatever. And so I punched him, like, in the nose, and then, you know, he kind of, like, just kept on getting, like, ready to, like, punch me or something again, and I didn't, like, do, like, an epic dodge, just kind of, like, stood over to the side, and, like, dodged, like, not, like, super OP, kind of, like, Mortal Kombat type crap, like, you know, so I was like, alright, whatever. So, you know, the kid, I mean, then, like, you know, so I just punched him again in the nose, like, a second time, and he was like, and it was just kind of, like, standing there, kind of, like, speechless, like, how could you defeat me? Like, he's like, oh, the power, it's insane, how could you defeat me? It's like, I'm like, please just stop, like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't want to sit here and do this crap, like, I did not want to, like, but, you know, so I just punched him in the nose twice, and he finally left me alone, and then, you know, he stopped doing the crap, he stopped, like, stalking Lucy and crap, and I was like, he stopped, like, stalking Lucy and crap, and I was like, there you go, he stopped stalking you, and, like, she, you know, thanked me for it, and I was like, you're welcome, just, you know, trying to, like, be nice, and so, you know, because I don't want, like, any stalkers, like, sitting there stalking my friends, like, it's creepy if you have a stalker. Like, stalkers are flipping creepy, because, like, all they do is sit there and follow you, like, they just follow you, like, you can't go anywhere without getting, like, you can't go anywhere without them being there, like, you know, stalking you and crap, that's just annoying, like, nobody wants people to sit there and follow them, like, people actually want to go have, like, their own independent lives, like, nobody wants to be sitting there following them, they want to, like, you know, they want to be able to, like, go to the bathroom without you sitting there through, like, staring at them, like, through a freaking window, you perverted pedophile, like, I don't, actually, yeah, you, like, perverted, like, flipping, like, people want to actually be able to go do some crap without you sitting there, like, stalking them, like, he would not leave her alone, like, he was just following her everywhere, and it was honestly annoying, so, yeah, so, finally left her alone, and, you know, finally, like, he was also, like, he wasn't just, like, bothering her, but, you know, he also didn't like me, because, like, he also just didn't really like me, because, like, I was friends with her, and so, like, he also didn't like me, because, like, I was just friends with him, and so he just didn't like me, because he thought, you know, I was gonna, like, quote-unquote, steal her, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that, and so, I didn't, like, tell him that I'm not gonna do that, because, like, you know, I kind of knew that he had a crush on her, so I didn't want to say that in case she wanted me to help him, and it turns out she did, so, you know, I went out, I helped her, you know, did what I had to do, and, you know, he finally left me alone, he finally left her alone, all this, like, annoying as crap, but, you know, he finally left us alone, he finally left her alone, stopped, like, stalking her, he finally left me alone, being like, oh, you know, you're gonna steal her, and I was like, no, fam, I'm literally just sitting here trying to live my life, like, I didn't, again, I did not say that, like, out loud, because it wasn't gonna be, like, you know, like, with you, yeah, I'm gonna steal her, or, like, you know, no, I'm not gonna steal her that way, like, you would know that we're not really dating, but I'm just trying to help her out, and, you know, so, yeah, it turns out, you know, she wanted me to help her, I helped her, yeah, I did what I had to do, she thanked me, you know, and went on being friends, and then, you know, I had to leave camp, and then that's it, so, I'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, bye.